yung statement na hindi nga pwedeng pagkatiwalaan ang gospel. Una-una, anonymous ang gospel. Hindi natin alam kung sino yung sumulat sa mga gospels. And at the same time, nagkopyahan lang sila. Even Bart Ehrman himself, which is uli pa rin kinukot ni Sir Rowell, agreed na yun nga yung case na nagkopyahan lang. Si Mark yung naisulat ng una, and then si Matthew and Luke, kumopya lang sila kay Mark. So paano magiging independent eyewitnesses? Itong mga author na ito, nagkopyahan lang sila. Yung analogy nga kanina ng apat na journalists is extremely false. Bakit? Kasi yung apat na journalists na yun, sinulat nila at the same time yung account nila. When in fact, kapag tingnan mo yung dating ng mga Gospels, Mark was written 70 AD, Matthew was written 80, Luke was written somewhere around 90, and then John. So, ibig sabihin, they are completely separated by decades. So, it's a false analogy. Hindi tama yung analogy na ginamit kanina ni Sir Rowell. So, binagay ni Sir Rowell kanina yung first, for if Christ has not been raised. Sir Rowell confidently quoted 1 Corinthians 15:17 for if Christ has not been raised now. First of all, Paul is just communicating a theological claim, not historical evidence. Paul himself did not mention anything about the life of historical Jesus, kung ano yung mga miracles na pinagagawa niya, kung saan siya pinanganak, kung sino yung tatay at nanay niya. You cannot get historical Jesus from Paul. Ang daming mga account ng dying and rising gods and goddesses outside the Christian faith, tulad ng Inanna and Baal. But no one argues that they are historical. Kasi we can use the same phrasing. For if Christ has not been raised, therefore historical Jesus is too. We can say the same thing for Inanna. For Inanna has not been raised, then Sumerian beliefs are in vain. Matuto tayong i-separate ang evidence sa claim. So what's up? Refuted and debunked si Sir Rowell.
Hello and welcome to our review on the debate. Ngayon, rebuttal naman ang ating i-review. At take note sa naging debate namin ni Ilusyon. Ilang ulit niyang sinasabi ang mga katagang wasak, debunk, refuted si Sir Rowell. Pero totoo nga ba? Well, napakinggan na po natin yung first part ng rebuttal niya. At ito naman ngayon ang ating sasagutin at analisahin. Unahin natin yung pinakaulit-ulit ng claim. Anonymous at nagkokopyahan lang ang Gospels. Therefore, hindi independent eyewitness sources. Napakatanda ng argument na ito at hindi nito winawasak ang historicity. Bakit? Una, being anonymous is not mean it is unreliable. Maraming ancient historical works ang anonymous pero ginagamit pa rin ng mga historiador. Guys, hindi po nagtatanong ang mga historiador kung may pirma ang mga dokumentong to. Ang tinatanong ay kung paano ito masasabi na early source yan, how many sources, how well preserved. Pangalawa, common knowledge ang mark and priority. Hindi yun refutation. Oo nga, Matthew and Luke used Mark, but that does not erase independence. Kasi meron silang sariling material, yung M source at L source at oral traditions. So independence in history is partial, not absolute. Ngayon, yung analogy sa mga journalist, ang totoo niyan guys, kung napakinggan yung buong debate namin, he really misunderstood the analogy that I gave. Hindi ko sinabing sabay-sabay silang nagsulat. Ang punto natin, multiple attestations of the same core events. Kahit magkakaibang panahon, ay nagpapalakas ng historical claims. My friends, like for example, Tacitus wrote decades after Tiberius, pero reliable pa rin. Ngayon, tungkol kay Apostle Paul, ang sabi ni Ilu, Paul is only making theological claims, hindi historical ones, pero dun pa lang obviously, maling-mali si Ilsyon. Paul explicitly mentions the crucifixion, the burial, the resurrection of Jesus, his disciples, his brother James, and eyewitnesses. Yung 1 Corinthians 15 creed pa nga, pre-Pauline, hindi yan invento ni Apostle Paul. Ito ay early historical tradition, hindi yan mere theology. At yung sinasabing Paul did not mention miracles, birthplace, and parents, muli, argument from silence. Paul wrote letters, hindi po biographies. So that silence proves nothing. Concerning sa comparison nito kay Inanna at Baal, false analogy naman ito. Kanina, na misrepresent ni Ilu yung ginamit ko na for journalists na analogy. Ngayon, sa Baal, Inanna, Keme-Keme, false analogy naman. Bakit? Bakit kaya? Those are mythological deities outside history, not recent figures crucified under known Roman governors. No one says Inanna was crucified under Pontius Pilate. Jesus of Nazareth is anchored in time, place, and persons. Myths are not. Saka yung linya nito ni Ilo na matuto tayong i-separate ang evidence sa claim. Pero ang alam niyo ba kung anong ironic dito? Siya mismo ang hindi gumawa nito. Illusion attacks claims but never explained away the evidence. Ngayon, ang iginit pa nga ni Ilo, wasak, debunk, refuted. Talaga ba? Ang sagot, hindi. What this guy did is the following. Repeat arguments already answered. He commits argument from silence repeatedly. He uses false analogies and attack tone instead of substance. He did not refute early creeds. He did not neutralize hostile testimony. He did not explain to us the rise of Christian faith, and he did not offer an alternative historical model. Kaya Ilo, you don't debunk history by saying, I don't like the sources. You do it by explaining the data better. At hanggang ngayon, Mr. Ilo, walang mas magandang explanation na inihain mo sa debate natin. Well, in short, the historical Jesus stands. Now, let's go to another part mula kay Ilo sa kanyang rebuttal.
Inok ni Sir Well na hindi daw ginagawang eyewitness yung mga babae sa 1st century AD. That's completely demonstrably false. Pinapala ko si Sir Well na undeniable fact ang empty tomb, like undeniable mathematical fact na 1 plus 1 equals 2. First of all, paano magiging reliable ang empty tomb story kung contradicting natin yung stories? Ang sabi ni Mark, tatlong babae nakakita sa empty tomb, tapos nakita nila yung man. Sabi naman ni Luke, grupo ng mga kababaihan including Joanna, and they saw not one but 2 men. Sabi naman Matthew, dalawang babae, audiences, Mary Magdalene. So sino tama sa kanila dapat? Diba? Now, let's talk about the sinasabi ni Sir Well about dun sa babae, hindi yung ginagawang eyewitness or hindi daw credible yung mga babae. Well, you have to understand na marami tayong example sa 1st century AD kung saan ginagawang witness ang babae. Like testifying on someone's death. Nakasulat yan sa Mishnah collection, sa Mishnah Yevamot 16.7 at Mishnah Rosh Hoshana 1.8 ng Jewish law. So pinalot lamang, nirepeat lang ni Sir Well yung mga misinformation na nakuha niya sa mga Christian apologists and then inakata niya dito. So kaya wasak at debunk naman si Sir Well. You cannot compare yung historical Jesus kay Alexander the Great. Pinapon naman ni Sir Well ang common objection na ang biography ni Alexander the Great ay sinulat ni Plutarch and Arrian 400 years after his death. Hindi mo pwede compare ang biography ni Alexander the Great sa mga fabricated stories sa Gospel. First of all, pinakangalanan ni Arrian and Plutarch yung kanilang primary sources regarding sa historicity ni Alexander the Great katulad ni Ptolemy, which is hindi mo makikita sa Gospel. Wala kang makikita sa Gospel na may pinangalanan silang primary sources. Ang sabi lang sa Gospel, Gospel of John 21:24, ito yung disciple who testified to these things and who wrote them down. We know that his testimony is true. Ano klaseng ano yan? Ano klaseng praising yan? Claim back up by another claim. Meron tayong stele of Alexander the Great in Egypt dated around his lifetime, to which Jesus do not have. Meron din tayong statue ni Alexander, to which Jesus again do not have. Meron din tayong speeches of Isocrates, Demosthenes, Hyginus, Enarchus, Theocritus, Pastus. To all contemporaries to which Jesus do not have. Even yung military campaign ni Alexander the Great, the way Arrian and Plutarch described them, ay na-verify natin archaeologically tulad ng mga ruins sa Tyre, sa Gaza, Persepolis, Bactrian ng Afghanistan. So wasak, refuted, and debunked na naman si Sir Well.
Okay, ayan na naman tayo sa wasak, debunk, refuted na slogan ni Illusion. Ngayon, unahin natin ang issue ng women witnesses. Kasi sabi ni Ilo na demonstrably false daw ang claim na hindi credible ang women eyewitnesses sa 1st century Judaism. But equivocation na po yung ginawa nito. Ang punto ko na hindi man yata napakinggan ng maayos ni Ilo, hindi na never pinapayagang mag-testify ang babae. Ang punto ko dito, simple. Mas mababa ang legal at social weight ng kanilang testimony, lalo na sa public religious claim. Yung mga citations niya sa Mishnah, like Yevamot at Rosh Hashanah, specific legal exceptions, hindi norm. At ito po ay late codifications compiled 200 AD, not direct snapshots of the 30 AD. So, ang ginawa ni Illusion ay malinaw na category mistake. Ginamit ang limited legal allowances para i-deny ang general cultural reality. At dito ang mas mahalaga. Kung propaganda lamang ang Matthew, Mark, Luke at John, bakit mga babae ang unang nakasaksi sa risen Jesus? Hindi ito logical move para sa inventor o propagandista. Kaya hindi na neutralize ni Ilo ang argument from embarrassment. Ang totoo, tinangka lang niyang i-downplay. Ngayon, how about the so-called contradictions in the empty tomb? So, binanggit niya yung sa Mark, 3 babae, isang lalaki. Sa Luke, maraming babae, 2 lalaki. Sa Matthew, 2 babae. Sa John, si Maria Magdalena. Hindi naman contradiction yun, kundi difference eh. Ito'y classic historical principle, which is variation implies independence, not fabrication. At saka, kung mababasa natin yung gospel according to Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, walang sinasabi na only. Parang courtroom testimony yan. Isang witness nagsasabing may pulis. Ang isa naman nagsasabing 2 pulis. Hindi naman sinasabi doon na walang pulis. Kung pare-pareho lahat ang detalye, collusion ang magiging problema. Okay? Now, how about Alexander the Great comparison issue? Ito ang pinakamalakas niyang rhetoric, pero pinakamahina sa logic. Sabi ni Ilo, may mga estatwa mayroong name sources si Alexander the Great, pero si Jesus wala. But it is a false equivalence. Si Alexander the Great, emperador yan, military conqueror, at state-sponsored figure. Pero si Jesus, itinerant Jewish preacher, executed criminal from occupied province. Of course, mas marami ang material evidence kay Alexander. Pero narito ang fatal flaw na hindi pinansin ni ilusyon. Alam niyo kung ano? Even with less material evidence, historians still affirm Jesus existed. My friends, history does not require equal evidence, only sufficient evidence. At yung name sources issue, alam mo, Ilo, kung talagang nakikinig ka, kung talagang nagbabasa ka, the Gospels do name eyewitnesses. Peter, James, John, Mary Magdalene, and Paul personally met them. So, hindi totoo na claim back by another claim only. How about archaeology? Totoo naman na may ruins of Tyre, Gaza, at Persepolis. But archaeology rarely confirms individuals, lalo na po sa mga non-elites. May archaeology for Pontius Pilate, Caiaphas, Nazareth, and crucifixion practices, which supports the gospel context, not refutes it. Now, the verdict, my friends. Wasak ba talaga ang historical Jesus? Wasak nga ba? Debunk ba? Refuted ba? Hindi po. What happened was this: overstatement, strawman of my claims, false equivalences, cultural misunderstandings, and repeated wasak debunk refuted rhetoric without actual demolition. Illusion. You don't debunk history by shouting debunk repeatedly. You do it by explaining the evidence away. At hanggang ngayon, hindi pa rin niya nagagawa yun. Let's go to another part of the said rebuttal from Ilo.
Ginamit ni Samuel yung Tacitus. Hindi niya explain, sinabi niya lang, nakasulat kay Tacitus, nakasulat kay Josephus. Let's talk about Tacitus. So, you have to understand, Samuel, na hindi reliable na historian si Tacitus. Ano sabi ni Tacitus? Kay Pontius Pilate, procurator si Pontius Pilate. When in fact, si Pontius Pilate is a prefect in Judea. Magkaibang procurator at prefect. Nagpapatunay lang to na si Tacitus wala siyang access sa Roman records. Kasi bakit siya magkakamali sa posisyon ni Pontius Pilate bilang procurator? Prefect naman in Judea si Pontius Pilate. And at the same time, yung kwento, yung paraan, isinabi sa book as if some kind of crucifixion. Kung kasi kung gagamitin yung same logic mo, if talagang hindi nag-exist si Inanna, bakit yung mga followers ng cult of Inanna ay ipoportray si Inanna in a very shameful way? The same goes for Romulus, na founder ng Roman Empire. Pinatay si Romulus ng kanyang sariling tao. Ang kanyang katawan ay pinagpira-piraso, pero still siya ay kinalalang cultural hero, ang founder ng Rome. Pwede ko ba sabihin na if hindi totoo ang story ni Romulus, bakit ipoportray ng early Romans ang kanyang founder in this way, which is very shameful for a cultural hero? Dagdag pa natin na ang mga Romans full of pride sila and dignity. So if Zerubbabel still insists na criteria of embarrassment, would Zerubbabel ever accept the account of young Jesus cursing and killing a child in the infancy gospel of Thomas too, since it is gruesomely embarrassing? Diba? Hindi accept yun. So again, nakita natin, nagdibang natin lahat ng mga ilalagay niya sa opening statement. And actually, I'm definitely looking for more. Sana binanggit niya in a detailed way yung mga sulat ni Josephus, Tacitus, etc. So we can talk about that. But again, pinarot niya lang yung mga sinasabi ng mga biblical scholar. Eh, sinabi kasi Brother Herman Josephus, sinabi kasi ni ganito, Tacitus, sinabi kasi si Suetonius, si Lucian of Samosata. Therefore, yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Ito yung pinakahuling parte ng rebuttal ni Ilo sa debate namin. Unahin na natin yung malaking claim ni Ilo na hindi reliable si Tacitus kasi tinawag niyang procurator si Pontius Pilate imbes na prefect. Sa una mong tingin siguro, solid, no? Pero, ironically, napakahina ito historically. Bakit? Tacitus is universally regarded as one of the most reliable Roman historians. Kahit si Bart Ehrman na isang atheist, malinaw po ang kanyang sinabi. Tacitus independently confirms the execution of Jesus under Pilate. Pangalawa, ang procurator versus prefect ay terminological issue. Hindi po historical error. Or should I say, historical error. Hindi historical error yon. Bakit? Ang title na procurator ay generic term na ginamit sa later Roman administration para sa provincial governors. At alam natin sa archaeology na prefectus ang official title. But Tacitus was writing decades later. Gamit ang terminolohiya ng panahon niya. Ito yung pinakamahalagang punto na dapat niyo pong malaman. Hindi po nagkamali si Tacitus sa crucifixion, kay Pilate, o sa existence ni Kristo. Kung konting title error lang ang magdi-disqualify sa isang historiador, then, logically speaking, wala nang matitirang ancient history. Next, yung claim ni Ilo na Tacitus believed miracles, therefore unreliable. Genetic fallacy yun, mga kapatid. Si Tacitus ay nagsulat din ng omens, portents, at mythic creatures. Pero hindi natin dinidiscard ang buong annals dahil dito. Ganito rin si Plutarch, Livy, at Herodotus. Lahat may halo ng worldview ng panahon niya o ng panahon nila. So, you do not throw out a witness just because he believes something you don't. So, Ilo, alam mo ba ang tanong na dapat mong sagutin dito? May motibo ba si Tacitus? May motibo ba siya para iimbento ang karakter na ito na ang pangalan ay Jesus of Nazareth? Wala eh. Hostile nga siya sa mga Kristiyano. Kaya ang testimony niya ay enemy attestation. Hindi yan propaganda. Next, yung Christians change Christians to Christians. Alam niyo, pag si Ilo yung napapakinggan niyo, para kayong nakikinig sa conspiracy theory programs. Bakit? Tingnan niyo kasi sinasabi, sa totoo lang yung sinabi niya yun sa debate namin, unsupported conspiracy theory. Walang manuscript evidence na nagpapakita ng systematic alteration dito. At sige, kahit ipagpalagay natin pa na Christian ang original spelling, still, Roman writers often confused Christus and Christus. But here's the crucial point. Kahit Christus pang spelling, tinukoy pa rin ni Tacitus ang isang executed leader under Pilate. Hindi ito ibang Jewish cult. Specific ang detalye. Panahon ni Emperor Tiberius, Poncio Pilato, crucifixion. So, conspiracy without evidence is not, tama. Conspiracy without evidence is not refutation. Also, may sinabi pa si Ilo na archaeology proves context, not individuals. Pero pambihira tong taong to. Alam niyo, pagdating kay Ilo, siya po ay master ng strawman. Halata siya. Guys, kung napakinggan niyo po yung buong opening statement ng debate namin, hindi ko po kailanman sinabi na Pilate stone, therefore Jesus existed. Wala akong sinabing ganun. Ang sabi ko, archaeology confirms the gospel world. Hindi po alamat. At kung fictional ang Jesus story, bakit accurate ang political, geographical, at cultural details? Paano naman yung Troy analogy? False analogy yan, mga kapatid. Kung titingnan natin, ang Trojan War ay tumutukoy sa mythic epic ng mga Diyos at demigods. Pero ang mga Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, at John, Greco-Roman biographies anchored in real rulers. And by the way, historians affirm Troy existed, but they don't affirm Zeus and Athena fought there. Likewise, historians affirm Jesus existed even if they debate miracles. Paano naman daw yung Josephus and Pilate contradiction? Kasi sabi ni Ilu, masama si Pilate kay Josephus, mabait sa Bible. Oversimplification yan, boy. Sa Gospels, si Pilate ay politically calculating, willing to crucify Jesus, and pressured by crowd. Ano ka ba, ilusyon? Halatang nag-ilusyon ka kahit sa pagbasa ng Biblia at na purong out of context. Si Pilato ay hindi pinortray na santo. At ang moral weakness ni Pilato actually supports embarrassment. Hindi po fiction. Siyempre, obviously, inulit na naman ng taong ito yung pattern na to. Yung repeated false analogy niya. Like, may embarrassing stories sa myth. Therefore, embarrassment doesn't prove history. Pero sa totoo lang, this misses the core point. Pakinggan mo, Ilo, at alam kong nakikinig ka. Criteria of embarrassment works within a known historical movement, hindi po sa mythic cosmology. Gusto mong malaman yung pagkakaiba? Na dapat mong gawan ng homework, ha? Si Inanna, timeless goddess, walang date, walang governor. Si Romulus daw, legendary founder centuries earlier. Pero si Jesus, dated, located, executed under named Roman official. At kamusta naman yung infancy Gospel of Thomas? Nag-strawman ka na naman dito eh. Alam mo kung bakit na-reject yan? Una, late na naisulat, 2nd century. Pangalawa, Gnostic theology yan. And by the way, thank you pala, Ilu, for mentioning a Gnostic adherent, at dahil sa'yo, mas lalo po nating ine-expose kung ang mga kamalian ng Gnostic theology para sa awareness ng mga nakikinig. So, salamat sa'yo, ilusyon. Anyway, bakit rejected ang infancy Gospel of Thomas na yan? Gnostic theology at walang early attestation. Historians don't reject it because embarrassing. They reject it because it is late and disconnected from eyewitness tradition. And alam niyo yung paulit-ulit niyang pinagsasabi sa akin na pinaparot ko lang daw ang mga scholars ayon kay ilusyon? Here's the irony. Galit siya sa consensus pero umaasa sa fringe scholars like Richard Carrier and Raphael Lataster. Gumagamit siya ng recycled mythicist talking points at wala siyang sariling alternative model. So, Ilu, if scholars you disagree with are biased, but scholars you agree with are brilliant, hindi ka talaga nag-aaral ng kasaysayan, boy. Preference lang ginawa mo. So, bandang huli, wasak, debunk, refuted bang historical Jesus arguments? Lalong hindi. What happened here instead are the following: strawman arguments, false analogies, genetic fallacies, argument from silence, conspiracy insinuations, and repeated rhetoric without demolition. And most telling sign, Ilusyon never offered us a coherent alternative explanation. If Jesus did not exist, bakit may early creeds? Bakit may hostile Roman testimony? Bakit may rapid spread of Christianity under persecution? At bakit may named historical execution under Pilate? Until those are answered, mysticism remains fringe. So you do not erase a man from history by shouting debunk. You do it by explaining the evidence away. And that is still has not been done. Kaya sa first part ng ating series, or let me say, first part nito, kasi ang inisyu natin dito, yung opening statement at rebuttal ni Ilusyon, ano yung nakita natin? Una, paulit-ulit niyang sinasabi na wasak, debunk, refuted, pero in reality, hindi niya talaga na-demolish ang historical Jesus case. Ang ginawa niya, naglagay ng mga strawman, gumamit ng mga false analogies, misuse ng argument from silence, at pag-quote ng fringe scholars, at si Richard Carrier na may circular reasoning. Siyempre, makikita rin natin sa kanyang approach ang pattern ng ad hominem at rhetorical exaggeration. Parang gusto lang ipakita ni Ilo sa atin na may malakas siyang effect sa audience. Kaya nga nanalo siya doon sa boto ng mga tao doon na nakinig without even examining both sides. Right? Pero hindi niya directly tinugunan ang core evidence like enemy attestation, early multiple sources, criteria of embarrassment, false letters, at archaeological cultural corroboration. Behavior-wise, siya ay nagiging reactive, agresibo, at madalas lumihis sa historical record method. Madali siyang mag-shift sa conspiracy style thinking, lumalampas sa standard historical inquiry, at yes, inuulit lang ang mga memes at TikTok style arguments. At itong maliwanag, mas maraming estilo at rhetoric kaysa sa substance at actual historical reasoning. So guys, abangan nyo po, ang susunod nating i-review ay ang cross-examination between me and Ilo. Okay? Titingnan po natin itong mga claims niya, pati yung mga tanong, mga sagot, you name it. Asahan po ninyo ang mga sumusunod. Mas magiging targeted ang tanong dahil dito niya kailangang harapin at ipaliwanag ang specific evidence. Dito natin makikita kung may kakayahan ba si Ilo coherently respond sa historical evidence o kung magpapatuloy lang siya sa strawman at rhetorical tricks. And guys, mahalaga ito dahil ang cross-examination is where the mythicist position either collapses under scrutiny or temporarily survives through deflection. At sa mga bumoto pala nung time na yun, I understand, naisip nyo na okay, fine. Let's say na parang na nalo raw siya sa boto ng mga tao. But if you really listen to the entire debate, lalo sa aming opening statements, rebuttals, kabuuan ng cross-examinations and conclusion, doon nyo po makikita. So, titignan po natin ang cross-examination. Titignan kung may laman ba talaga ang rebuttal niya kapag naharap sa concrete evidence o kung magpapatuloy lang ang wasak debunk refuted approach. So, my friends, abangan nyo po sa susunod na series natin. God bless you guys. Jesus is Lord.